Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Binh Dinh and Binh Thuan in Vietnam. That rhymed. Now, just a quick note for my channel. Since I am going over every region of the world in alphabetical order, right? So there are 4 regions of Vietnam that start with Binh. And 2 of them have a lot of similarities, and the other 2 have their own set of similarities. So instead of having one giant video with all 4 regions, I'm splitting them into the 2 based on theme. So we're not quite going in alphabetical order. We're going to skip around tonight. But it's just going to make sense for the video. Just trust me on this, okay? So my apologies for not being a purist and staying in the alphabetical order. We're hopping around tonight. But it'll make sense in the end. Plus we're going to cover the other 2 tomorrow. They're right here and here. So don't you worry. We'll be hopping over there tomorrow. Also, I don't speak Vietnamese. I'm not Vietnamese. I'm probably going to butcher some things. I'm trying my best though. So if anything is grotesquely mispronounced, just let me know down in the comments, correcting it so that everyone will know the correct pronunciation. Otherwise, I'm just doing my best. So let's start up here in Binh Dinh. The capital is this city right here, which I believe is pronounced Quy Nhon. And it is a beautiful coastal city. The rest of the region is mostly flat. There's some hilly bits here and there. There's a beautiful rugged coastline with lots of amazing sandy beaches and little coves, things like that. It's absolutely stunning. We're going to take a long look at this place on Google Earth because it's so beautiful. And the same goes for our other region down here. This is Binh Thuan, with the capital city of the region being Phan Thiet. There, yet another beautiful coastal city, not as touristy as Quy Nhon has been, at least in the past 20 years or so. But I feel like it's becoming to be that. There's some interesting resorts along the coast here, so it's on its way. Kind of like how we covered Ba Ra Vung Tau just down here. I'll link my Vietnam playlist up there so that you can see more videos about the beautiful areas of Vietnam. Including this one. This one was really fun to research. But so is this one. So are these 2. I've been diving into the interesting history here. But I'm just going to give you the Cliff Notes version of it. So, this is the heartland of the Cham people. These areas are still predominantly populated by Cham people. But it's very important because they had a flourishing kingdom down here in southern Vietnam called the Champa. The Champa ruled for a very long time here in southern Vietnam, starting in about the 10th century, stretching into the 1400s, maybe even 1500s, but I'm not positive about that. Here, well, let's start up here. How about that? We'll go 1, 2. Up here. And what's now Binh Dinh was the heartland of the region of Vijaya. The Champa was split into various different kingdoms, ruling families, if you will. So this was the Vijaya. Also, I should note that the Champa kingdom has some incredible sites they left behind. The UNESCO ones are just to the north of here, so we won't be taking a look at them, but we will be looking at some incredible Champa sites here, and even at least one that I found down here. Maybe we'll find another, but I know there's one for sure. There's, I think, 11 different sites here, and we'll take a look at a lot of them. The Vijaya kingdom ruled this region off and on from the 12th to the 15th centuries, and I say off and on because they got into a lot of fights. Mainly with Angkor, which would be, over here in Cambodia. You can see Angkor's right there. They warred with them a lot. Angkor came and sacked their area. They went and sacked Angkor. It was an off and on struggle. But the Yuan dynasty of China, famously led by Kublai Khan, attacked in the year 1283 and sacked the city as well, or the harbor here. So yes, off and on. They were eventually conquered by the Dai Viet, which would be the kingdom in the north of Vietnam, in the year 1471. And after Vijaya fell, the last Cham kingdom was down here in what's now Binh Thuan. This wasn't like the heartland of that kingdom, but it was still controlled by them. And it was called Panduranga. And it was the last surviving Champa kingdom until the Dai Viet came and conquered the entire coastline of what is today Vietnam. Hopping back up here to Quy Nhon, we're heading into the year 1773, and there's a neighborhood in the city that's still around today called Tay Son. And there were 3 brothers that lived there, and they were not happy with the Dai Viet kingdom, dynasty, what have you, and they started a rebellion. And that rebellion grew and grew and grew until they ruled Vietnam by the year 1778. Became their own dynasty, which wouldn't last very long. In 1802, they were booted out of power, and that is when the Nguyen dynasty ruled Vietnam. They got the French to help them out, get the Tay Son out of there. But what's very interesting is that how they fought in this rebellion, because of course there's a lot of fighting, but there's a form of martial arts that has developed here called Binh Dinh, and the people who rose up in Tay Son were very good at it. Apparently one of the main leaders, who became like a general in the Tay Son dynasty, was a master at this martial art. So pretty clever. A good way to lead a rebellion is to have your own really cool fighting style, I think. It's some tips, like, no, I'm kidding. Like, if you want to start your own, develop some martial arts. No, I'm kidding. I really am. So, interesting footnote. In 1861, this American ship was sailing along the coast. They were looking for some American sailors, I believe, who were lost, and they wound up never finding them, which is pretty sad. But they were sailing into the harbor here, hoping to be like, hey, have you seen these guys that we lost? But the fort here had cannons, and they started firing on the ship. So, of course, being an American ship, they fired back, and they destroyed that entire fort. That's known as the bombardment of Quy Nhon. Unfortunate miscommunication there. But of course, there's an even larger conflict involving the Americans here in Vietnam, which here in America we call the Vietnam War. In Vietnam they call it the American War. Appropriate. Which was a Cold War proxy war between essentially the Soviet Union and the United States. Northern Vietnam had been essentially controlled by its own communist socialist government. They were coming down to take the south of Vietnam. Think like Korea, right? There's north and south. One is like communist, one is not, so to say. And the North was making moves on the South, so of course the United States had to get involved and keep the communists out. So there were many battles here, it being in the South. And I'll show you on Google Earth, but the Americans built an airstrip in Quy Nhon. And today it's a major road. And when you see it from above, you can't unsee it. It looks like an airstrip. I'll show that to you on Google Earth. But that's pretty much all that I have for you for history. Again, I would recommend, if the Champa kingdom interested you, you should deep dive into that, because a lot of what I read doesn't have to do with these regions, so to say, but absolutely fascinating history with amazing temples and buildings that are left behind. But we're going to go take a look at some of them right now. I have so much to show you on Google Earth. I have, particularly here in Binh Dinh, I have been playing around for days just finding little treasures to see. So we're going to poke around and see what we can find. And of course down here is also stunning, stunning, stunning. I can't wait. Let's go. Here we are in Binh Dinh province. And let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Here's beautiful Vietnam in Southeast Asia, with Laos, Cambodia, Thailand right there. China's just to the north. The Philippines are just across the South China Sea. Can see the islands of Indonesia, Malaysia down there. Oh, Brunei. But yes, that is where we are. I'm so nervous that I'm going to forget to show you something, because there's so much here to show you. My goodness. Let's start down here in Quy Nhon. Just let me show you. I have to orient myself to be able to find it. Right here. You can't unsee it. That is an airstrip through and through. And I'm guessing the airport was probably right here, because now look. It's this huge, beautiful green space. Look how gorgeous this park is. Let's take a look. Well, that's neat. All decked out for holidays. All kinds of flowers. Neat statues. That's fun. Hot air balloons. It's a big shopping mall next to it. All kinds of fun here for your cute littles. How sweet. Yeah, you've made it into a big green space. I wonder if that's a plant sale. That would be neat. So yeah, pretty interesting what they did with the space. You can see all the big buildings over here. And here is the beach. Let's see. Just looks like this is the slideshow for the main beach here. Although not the prettiest beach here, this is like the popular tourist beach that everyone goes to. Look at that. How crowded it is. You can imagine how humid it gets here. Cute. So the ocean must feel perfect. Oh, look, he's doing some martial arts there. I bet you that's their style that they do. Cute. Big statue there as well. Yeah, look at the shot of the city. It looks so nice. Whoa. So yeah. The neighborhood I told you about, where the Tay-son Rebellion started, is over here. And it looks like from here that they're developing this area. By the looks of it, at least. Here's this beautiful hill where we probably get some great panoramic shots. Wow. It's giving like Rio in a way. All it needs is a sugar loaf out in the water, and it would feel a lot like Rio to me, but Vietnamese. Oh, have fun. All the hiking up there must be so nice. It looks like, oh, they're doing photos. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Need to zoom out to make sure I'm in the right spot. You can see just over here is this big peninsula. And you might think, oh, are they doing a lot of development here as well? I guess so, but it doesn't look like that because of development. It looks like this because this is all sand. Let's check out this slideshow. It's all sand. Look at this. So much sand. There's even a cactus with a prickly pear. It's like all of a sudden you're in the desert, but the ocean is right there. Ta-da! Done some mountain biking out in this big old sand. Oh, that's beautiful. They look fantastic. Very chic. And look at all of it. It's so sandy. And what's crazy is that this isn't even all the sand that we're going to see tonight. We're going to see more big old sandy areas like this. Let's see this real quick. Oh, big old wind farm there. Yeah, I guess that's for the wind farm. Oh, cow crossing. But yeah. Oh, is that? Yeah, this beach is so pretty. You can see, if I put on the 3D, that it's like a little hidden cove. This place is stunning. Oh, look at that. Get in your tiny little boat and explore these waters. That is paradise. See, this is giving Hawaii to me. That's beautiful. Kaiko Beach, is that how you say that? Probably not. But it looks fantastic. This is the beach I'd want to visit for sure. All new trees being planted there to get some shade going on those very hot, humid days. Lots of little tourist swings to take pictures on for the gram. Look how beautiful it is here. How cool rocks too. It's got everything. At the edge of this too is a neat little town that has some great beaches as well. Let's see what this is. Did I look at this? I think so. Splish splash, it looks so refreshing. Oh, and underwater, lots of neat corals under there too. Paddle boarding. All kinds of water activities out here. And it's just so lovely. This is my kind of place. Look at everyone out together on the big raft. Big floaty. And look at this little town. I guess it's a city, but just hidden in these mountains here. That's amazing. It's my kind of paradise. Big old crashing surf out there. Lots of adventures underwater with all that coral. Beautiful, lush greenery as well. This is my kind of place. I would very much enjoy myself out here. But besides the beaches, we're here to look at some history, and probably the most famous site is over here, called Banit. So this is, you can see, or you can't see, Banit Cham Temple. So I'll warn you now, if you're like, this looks familiar, like I said, the Champa kingdom fought a lot with Angkor. They even conquered Angkor and ruled it for a while. These temples were built in the 11th to 12th centuries. So they borrowed a lot from Angkor's style, architecture, you know. So if you're like, this looks like Angkor, that's why. But without further ado, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. Amazing. Just this old relic of times past. You can see all the greenery growing over it. The decay on the rocks there. Or the stone, the brick. But it is so lovely. So mysterious as well. It's a pretty picture. Wow. This statue here that was found on the site, this is not the original. The original is at a museum in Paris because, of course, it is. This was once ruled by the French. Should probably bring it back. All the steps there. Yeah, that's a replica, sadly. The original was taken to France. Wow. So yeah, there are 11 sites around here. And while I was playing, I would just poke around like this, and then I would run into something that I'd see Cham in it and be like, oh, and tap on it, and sure enough, it would be a temple. So let's go find another one. I want to see what this is real quick. It's in this green here. All this lush. Nice. Let's find another one. What's this? Oop. I'm not sure. I wish I could read Vietnamese. Looks like another temple. Ta-da. Definitely a temple. Oh, beautiful lotuses as well. Let's see. Surely we can find more. I think there's more on the outskirts of the city here. I think there was one like over here somewhere. Like really close to the city. But I don't remember where it was. Of course, I'm just running across random ones when I'm not filming. But then I forget where all of them are when I am. How about this? So we don't waste time because we still have a whole other region to go to. Let me just type in Cham. Oh, that's the one in Binh Thuan. That's the one we just looked at. Darn. If I just hit search. Let's see if that highlights some for us. Let's see. Oh, Cham Spa. Not quite. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but that's not what we're looking for. Here we go. This looks promising. Maybe? No, it's a chiropractor, it says over there. Well, darn. I promise you. I promise you that. Normally I would. Okay, that plan did not work. Let's forget that. We'll just poke around and find another. Like I would do before. Let's see. I know they're all kind of inland. How come I was finding so many? Let's see what this is over here. Is that literally not just the same thing I tapped on before? Whoa. Ancient tree. That's amazing. Come on. There's bunny. I think there were more around here. I think this is just the entryway. Yeah, because this is a whole complex of temples here. They're all so pretty. Maybe I'll make it into a challenge. Maybe I'll be like, you have to go on Google Earth and you have to find some. I swear, let me look closer. I could have sworn that I found one like over here. Because it was like the first one that I found and I was so proud that I had just stumbled across it. the little suburb area. I really hope that it hasn't been like obvious and I haven't seen it. You guys are like yelling at the screen like you just passed it. I hate when that happens. I hate when like I'm the person yelling at the screen, you know. What if I typed in Champa? Champagne. No. Champa. Just hit search. What would happen? No, not India, not India. Stop. Don't go to India. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got 1, 2. There's 2 right here. Is that another one? Maybe. Whoa, that's Bonnie. Okay, what's over here? Champa Tower. This has to be one we haven't seen. Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. Ta-da! Here's another one. All right. I promise you, there's a lot more. Of course, classic me, I can't find any others while I'm filming. Beautiful towers. But we'll take a look at one more further south in a minute. Little offerings there. I think I've seen this one and I came across it on accident and I was like, yes. But yeah. What was this anyway? That's the one I've clicked on 3 times now. I gotta knock it off. Let's get out of here. But yeah, there's so many other beaches you can look at. Little islands. So many interesting sights. Wait, what's that one? Did we look at this one? I think we literally just did. I need to stop. Let's get out of here. There's a Champa restaurant. Let's close that real quick. Okay. Let's head down south to Binh Thuan, Vietnamese province. Here we go. Whee. So here's Binh Thuan. You can see Ho Chi Minh City is just right next door. And here is the main city, Phan Thiet. And you can see it's much more busy, bustling. From what I've read, it's really like come up in the past 10, 15 years. It has beautiful beaches down here. Cute. Lots of splish splash, but we've already looked at beaches, so we won't stay here for too long. But isn't that lovely? There are wonderful resorts. You can see one right there. But look at all this, and you think, oh, this is some beautiful soil. Like, is it all mineral rich or something? Let me find it. You can see a big old golf course there. Oh, darn, I forgot the slideshow I wanted to show you. It's over here. I think it's this one. Okay, I remember. It's not, it's all sand. Look at that. This is in Vietnam. If I showed you this picture, where is this? You would say Egypt, Libya, Saudi Arabia. You would not say Vietnam. That's incredible. It's all sand. It's just all sandy with more cool rocks and beautiful beach. I saw there's some tourist company that organizes sand surfing over here. That sounds fun. Ooh, it's all sand. This area is just so sandy. You can see another resort there. Luxury hotel. It's all sand. Crazy. Vietnam, you think dense, hot, thick forest. You think monsoon rains, right? Oh, but it's all sand. Isn't that wild? I have something else to show you that I found over here. I think it's on this hill. Maybe not, but this hill is good though. I could have sworn there was a slideshow on top of that hill. Make sure I'm at the right hill. Let me bring the lines back up. Yep. It had to have been. Maybe it was this hill. It is this hill. Although there was a slideshow on top of that hill that was really neat too. But over here, you can see this little temple complex. This is the largest reclining Buddha in Vietnam. And you know I love me a reclining Buddha. Such a vibe. Look at that view. Look at it poking through the trees there. Wow. Beautiful. Some more statues. And yeah, these shrines are very beautiful on top of this big old hill. Here's a misty day. I feel like if I wanted a calming statue to look at, reclining Buddha is the way to go. Just serenity. Let's see, as you look at his toes compared to the size of this person, it's a big Buddha. You can ride these terrifying cable cars up to the top if you don't want to hike. I would take the hike, to be honest. I would be crying the whole time. There's the top of this mountain. 695 meters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this slide shows all the temples, but it's still very pretty. Oh, and then I have to show you the Champa towers here, but I don't remember where they are, to be honest. Well, you know what? It worked before. Champa Resort, Champa Island. Let's see. Nothing? Oh dear, oh dear. I feel like, wait, it's got to be in my recent searches. No, don't go to Copenhagen. What are you doing? How did you? I think I hit I'm feeling lucky. I mean, normally I'd love to go to Copenhagen, but not today. Here it is. Not right now. Right now we're in Vietnam. Oh, it was way over here. I would have never found it. More beautiful Champa Kingdom towers. Lots of memorials as well. Let's see. I'm trying to show you the towers, but this is all the surrounding area. Here we go. Poking out through there. All very beautiful. Time long past. Let's see. From above. Well, it's a little blurry, but you can see it. All right. I think that was, what was this? More Champa temples. Let's see what this slideshow gives us. Maybe it's better. Well, that's pretty good. Wow. This is pretty good. All right. I think I showed you lots of important things. Of course, I highly encourage you to explore this place on your own, these two regions here, because there's so much more. There's so many more beaches, more beautiful sights to see. I'd highly encourage you to check out Vietnam whenever you're bored on Google Earth, because it's just full of surprises. It's so beautiful here. How about this one? Victory statue. A Vietnam War statue, I'm sure. Or an independence statue, I should say. Maybe a unification statue. Maybe all of the above. Let's see what this is. Wow. Oh. God, it's like a graveyard. I think it is. interesting? It's back up here. Pew, pew, pew. There we go. I was poking around here, I think. Look at this cemetery here. Absolutely massive. Look at all of these. These are all graves. Just a huge, huge site there. And there's one over here too. It's not as big, but still so interesting to see from above. These tombs are bigger. Looks like plant cells even. It's so interesting to see from above, isn't it? Anyway, what is that? Oh. Well, I think I found the one I was looking for. I think that is the perfect way to end this video. Look how beautiful. So, thank you so much for watching. Talk about coming across these temples randomly. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing, especially if you enjoyed today's content, because tomorrow we are heading over to the suburbs of Ho Chi Minh City, and we're going to have a tablet-only video exploring these little suburb regions. How pretty. Doing a photo shoot there. Looks like Aladdin. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're still awake. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Look how pretty. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. Look at that. Little temple right there. Ta-da. Little towers. And I hope that you have a good night. That was the one I was looking for. I told you there was one. I told you. I was over here. It was over here. I was so close, but I'm so glad I found it. Good night.